All right, guys, welcome to the first edition of this podcast, which has been starting since
last year.
I've been planning to do a podcast for years, you guys. Yeah? In fact, I tell you who's been scooming me to do a podcast. A guy called Kibunja. Unja Kibunja?
He's been to our shows.
Yeah, he's an MC.
Yeah. I see his face, but yeah.
Yeah, he bald-headed guy.
Yeah, he's always at the roast.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. So there's a day I met him at the roast, and he was asking me why I don't have a podcast. Nikampe my excuse ka that. Check because sina I don't even know what I told him.
Yeah.
I just told him it's hard for me to podcast mainly because number one, like right now we're at my mother's house.
Yeah.
In one of her rooms. Like inviting someone Kitengela ni pressure. No?
Yeah, it's a bit like a far distance.
Oh,
yeah, you have to cater for their transport and maybe lunch kidogo. Yeah, we were talking just before I came here about starting a podcast. It's good that like a fan of yours recognizes that you have that in you and tells you, right?
There's a fan who told me there's a fan who tagged me on Twitter.
And say it?
I discovered Manu has a podcast on Spotify. So it's one of those old episodes I did alone. Huh?
Did you ever listen to it? No. You can't listen to it now. Yeah.
Normally, really, it's like stand-up. Like I judge myself from, I'm like, what am I talking about? And then podcasting alone is another ball game on its own. Huh?
True, yeah.
I don't know, Andrew Kibe. But Andrew Kibe is more of a reviewer of videos, right?
Well, I've never watched him. Oh, it's like reacting to what's happening. Yeah. People just think podcasting is picking up a microphone and just going on with your friends, but there has to be some aspect of knowing what you're doing. Yeah.
Especially when you find one view.
I didn't know we are getting the truth this Alenda podcast.
you know. Sometimes YouTube counts your own views.
What do you mean? I think it's just one view if you're using the same device. So me, I watch all my videos on like 60 devices. I'm watching on iPad, my ideas from last 5 years ago, yeah.
And your pals phones.
Yeah, and you tell them to watch. Yeah. And then have you ever checked the analytics for your videos, like where people stop watching and it's...
No, it's like
tough.
It's like what do they call those guys? They're these guys who wear these suits and they jump off cliffs. You ever seen those guys?
Yeah.
So the way they jump and it's just going down.
It's just downhill.
I have this real estate channel which is like that.
So, I love your real estate channel, man.
Thanks, man. So it's exactly like that. So the first minute it's up there, and then from there diving downwards. Yeah. But people's attention span has really gone down.
Yeah, I think now you have to adapt. No wonder, like now people are not watching specials. Most comedians are just posting like 2-minute, 1-minute clips on Instagram, and that's how people are getting numbers, known.
Have you ever watched a full special online?
Yeah, I mean, since as a comedian, of course, you have to watch full specials. I don't mind that, but to the normal average person like Ribia, I think it's just. Sorry, Ribia. Ribia is a good comedian, very funny guy. Yeah, but it's different to other comedians because you're watching for different reasons. But even movies nowadays are tough to watch. Like the whole, your attention span is really bad.
I think the older you get, the less patience you have for watching stuff.
True.
Like there's this channel called, it's a criminal channel. It's about these guys who commit crimes, and then there's somebody interviewing them, and then the person confesses or something. Huh?
Yeah,
those things are long, but they're interesting. So I would suggest, that you can suggest to your pals. You're like, hey, we put a channel in a curry, and then they just sold the time because one was like 2 hours,
and they're like, no, I can't even start. Yeah, it's
so
tough.
I'm like, you see, I was offended. I'm like, you guys,
at least just give it even like 5 minutes to watch.
I'm like, to ni normal, watch it.
Yeah.
But no one wants to watch anything more than.
Is there anything worse than that? Recommending something to a friend and then they don't like it.
I think that's why I was offended.
Yeah.
Because these guys wananijua. So I'm like, you guys know me. I can't recommend something.
Yeah, like just trust me. This is really
Trust
good.
me, bro.
Trust me, you.
You guys, why are we sweating, you guys?
I don't know. I think we've.
Huh? Me, I'm sweating. You guys,
but we just we didn't even settle. We were up and down looking for the SD card. Manu forgot his memory card for the camera, all the way in Kitengela, and now we're
And then
We're in Madaraka.
In fact, I've spent my fuel money. But
Damn. Yeah.
now I'll have to start calling guys. Chicken yage? Uko wapi? Maybe when you're borrowing money, why do you uko wapi? Uko wapi? Poa. Hey, scary guy, man. You know, I left my SD card in Kite, you guys. So I need a G.
So I need 1,200 for fuel.
So I'm trying to relax and stop sweating kids.
But you didn't even introduce me.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, now. Nice.
Yeah. So if you've never seen this brother, his name is George Waweru. George Waweru is one of those very brilliant comedians. In fact, when I met him, I don't know if he was wearing this shirt. You just love pink, you guys.
No, I have 3 of these shirts.
And then another striped one.
Yeah.
This guy has some other striped shirts.
The green and the yellow and in here.
Yeah.
You know, I have like 10 shirts that every time I go on my Instagram profile, I'm like, after every 3 rows, it's the same shirt. It's the same shirt. Yeah.
But then if you become a big online person, guys will start mentioning it. Check umseni ule wa mashat.
Them so stripes.
So Jojo is a brilliant comic. We met at Karura. Remember that first Karura?
Yeah.
How do you end up there?
So I think obviously I started at Churchill going to the auditions every Tuesday. That's where I met.
Oh yeah, we actually even met.
Yes, you were hosting then, and I didn't even get a chance to perform. But then after that, I kind of I was just looking for venues to do comedy. So Dag Mutai had just started doing comedy at the Blues, which is in town. I think it's not existing now.
Yeah, the Blues is as dead as a dodo.
Yeah.
The Blues restaurant.
The Blues restaurant.
It was in Absa. It's former Barclays Plaza.
Oh yeah, Loiter Street.
At the basement. Sort
the
of
basement, yeah.
Underground floor.
So I think that was my first comedy gig, and then through that I met a couple of other people, yourself included, and then I think you were just starting Karura Comedy Club. Yeah. Was that your first gig?
Yeah, that was our first gig.
Yes.
The one at Modaiga, Karura.
Yes.
It was our very first gig. That shit took our money, you guys.
Tell them the story.
We sold 9 tickets. Okay.
There are more people than 9, if I can remember well.
No, maybe they were just peppering the room.
Man. Okay.
So we sold 9 tickets, and then we were supposed to keep the money for the tickets. How she takes the money for food,
drinks, and bar sales,
selling burgers and food and stuff.
Yeah. She
took 4 G's out of our money, man.
And the excuse?
She had higher expenses. Can you imagine? Yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Huh? So now I had to pay artists, like we were paying guys 500 that day. Yeah?
Do you know how much 500 was to me? Me, I was like, this is my career now. I got 500 for 10 minutes. I didn't even 10 minutes. I think 5 minutes.
Money that night?
Honestly, I can't remember. I think you gave me something.
Yeah,
I think you did. Yeah. It was that time for when you give someone 500, you just can't give them 500 without telling them something. So you're like, you fold it in your hand, you grab that guy like this and like, see, you saw the situation, how it was, and then that chick. Yeah.
But receiving that money felt good, huh?
You have no idea. Yeah, especially just getting paid for doing comedy for your first time. That's another feeling you can't. Yeah.
Me, the until today, I still get shocked when we actually sell tickets, huh? Yeah. Like, I'm like, any of these guys are coming to see us. Yeah. Like, remember the other day, okay, I wasn't on that gig, but the other day at there was a gig at a place called Wildly Coffee. It's normally every month. Yeah. Stand-up collective. And it was packed. So I'm like, any of these guys had missed us so much, they've come to watch us again.
Yeah.
So I think when we met, that's when people were gathering. Kina Justin, I think that's around the first time I met Justin Wanda. Mm-hmm. And who else? I think
Shiko, Maina Murumba. I think I'd say those people are in my class, the same class of comedy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we met and started at around the same time.
Do you know when we were doing that show for Karura, guys had never met Dag Mutai? So I was telling Mamito, hey, kuna boy fulani anaitwa Dag Mutai.
Metoka Canada.
Bana. Cheki Dag Mutai ni nani? Yeah. So she was pleasantly surprised when...
I think that was my first time meeting Mamito too. Yeah.
Mamito is quite down to earth, huh?
Dude, I was just this Christmas and the holidays. I don't think it can, but this mic can capture it. But no worries. Like when you introduce yourself as a comedian, which I don't even like doing at family gatherings, and the first question they ask you is, "You've been to Churchill?"
Churchill is still the standard.
Yeah, for comedy. So when you say no, and then they're asking, "What have I seen you in?" So the only way you can link them to your career is I just tell them, unajua Mamito? Do you know Mamito? She's my friend. We do shows with her everywhere. And then at least they give you some sort of respect.
No, but do they look at you that one of these guys lying? Check, this guy is lying.
Yeah, kind of maybe half. But yeah, she's very humble, man. Yeah.
Out of the comedians that I met those days when I used to go to Churchill show, she was the most friendly. Because she was already killing it on stage. Most of the other comics, there's a comic who salami at me like this. So now you're me, you know. Then I met this guy was talking to someone. So this guy is like this, you know. So now salami you're me.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? So
nikaendelea na hiyo story. Can you imagine?
Not even eye contact, like a side glance.
Nothing. He's a famous guy. I should say his name so this.
Yeah, who's it, man? Huh? It was Ofueneke, guys. It was. No, but it really shows like being a good person, no matter what career you're in, gets you far. Like Mamito, everyone wants to work with her. She's doing great things. Yeah,
these other guys, no one wants to work with them.
True, yeah.
Except the Gava.
Well, maybe I should start doing that then if the government. Yeah.
That guy is a Gava guy nowadays.
Then you've just given it away. Everyone knows who it is.
You have to do research, man. So when did you ever make like now a nice good check from comedy? Have you ever made any significant amount paka ukaenda ukabuy kashamba?
Yeah, well, kashamba is a bit of a stretch, but I got a corporate gig I think 2 years into my comedy career. That was the biggest check I've got for the first time, I mean. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a corporate gig, and it's one of those checks where they have to even do the taxes before everything and all that. But
significant.
Yeah, it was, but it took so long to process it, and by the time it came, I had already spent that money without having it.
You had already like
yeah. So say if it was like, let me give a wild figure. So if it was 200,000, I'd spend 197,000.
In advance.
Ilikamna ya kutoa tu. Yani I couldn't even. That was so wrong.
That's interesting. The first mega check I got, I was building my house in
Kitengela. Yeah.
You know, I built that money mostly through comedy money.
Oh, that house through comedy money. That's such a
scraping like money together and building. So
you look at that house, you're like, this is my.
Yeah, man. So there's a time it had stayed for long. It called melala. That's what they call it.
Yeah, stagnated.
Yeah. So I'd built until it's called the lintel. Okay. So it was just there for maybe I think almost 6 months, and then some guy just called me to do some corporate gig for is it called IRA? The insurance guys. These guys who they supervise insurance companies. I think International Reinsurance or something.
I haven't insured any of my stuff, so I don't know.
So those guys paid me enough to finish that roof, man. Hey, that day I felt nice.
They paid you 20K. No, I'm kidding. Damn, that's a lot of money, bro.
Actually, it was at 120K.
That's a nice fat check.
Yeah, man. So I took that money and went straight to the mabati shop. And bought all. Check in nipatie hizi mabati.
Dumuzas.
Zote.
Dumuzas kwanza. You want the highest quality mabati.
I went to go India and bought mabatis.
Did all of it, like the whole check? Of course, you left some for.
I left some for him.
Okay.
I think from that money, I cooled maybe 20K. Took my wife out for dinner in Westie to remember how it used to be them days. Check here, you remember how it used to be. But my wife, shout out to her, she's quite patient.
Yeah, I should appreciate her. Can I ask how the actual corporate gig went?
It went well, actually.
That's surprising.
I tell you how I know it went well. The CEO was dancing. The CEO simama and said dancing. Before they actually gave me the gig, they didn't really trust me though.
Yeah.
You know, that chick was asking me, you're not, I don't even know you. And then when we have sat down here with you, you've not even made me laugh. So I'm like, I am not here to do comedy.
Yeah.
Man. I'm here for an interview to see if I can do your thing. So she was quite pessimistic about my ability until that night And later on, she was like, sorry, I never knew. Okay, it was fun. Thank you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, did like were you emceeing or you just were doing?
emceeing.
Okay, that's a bit easier than performing comedy.
Yeah.
I think it's easier. Yeah.
I performed at one of a man's gigs the other day, and I bombed.
Corporate gig. Yeah. Why do you think people bomb at corporate gigs? Because I've not had anyone with a good experience at a comedy gig. That's why I was so surprised when you say
comedy at corporate.
Yeah, at corporate.
Because they're not relating with your jokes.
But aren't they the same people who come to our comedy clubs? I think it's the setting.
No, I think I'm wondering who's coughing you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my mother coughing you guys.
Should we pause and go check on?
So I think it's context. Like majority of those guys, do they come for our gigs?
I'd say yes. Like if you look at people who come to our gigs and demographics, it's working people, working class people, and they have money. They buy drinks and food, no problem. But when you're at a work setting with your boss and HR seated beside you, it's tough to really let go.
I think like the show I'd gone with a man was a gig for
Amandip Jagde, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to him, by the way. It was a gig for this guy is called Certified Financial Analysts. So it was many people from different places. So I think when you're there's a way you carry yourself when you're in such an environment.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't want to let loose. You don't want to laugh at a specific joke.
That you'd otherwise laugh at if you're at a comedy club. Yeah.
Because a potential boss will look at you like, hey, you're laughing at that joke. What's up with you? So I think, and for me, emceeing at a corporate is nice, but performing, I think, I don't want to do that, man.
Yeah, it's not set up for failure.
So before you did comedy, what are you up to, man?
I'm a telecommunications engineer by profession.
What does that person do?
So basically is maintaining data systems. Like when I used to work at Telcom, I don't even know if I'm supposed to mention that. Like I was it's called a packet core engineer.
You're going deeper.
Yeah, maybe I should just dumb it down for Emmanuel.
You guys going deeper into the unknown.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm not Lex Friedman. Do you know Lex Friedman?
That guy knows everything in this world.
This is not the Lex Friedman. This is Kisiangani, you guys.
Yeah. No. Anyway, I was just like a networking engineer. Networks, not networking. Yeah.
So you maintain the network.
Yeah, data specifically 2G, 3G, and LTE networks. Yeah.
So what does that entail? Coding and stuff.
It's like maintaining all those network nodes that facilitate internet services.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like all these they call them boosters in layman terms. All those for whether voice or internet, they aggregate to one node or two or three. And then now you maintain that, you upgrade it, you look at the quality of the data and all that, basically.
So from your desk, could you have track guys?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah. Easily.
But it's illegal to do it.
Yeah, there's ethics behind that. You can't just, and company policy. Although there's a guy who got caught for checking up on his wife's girlfriend's messages. Yeah.
His wife's girlfriend?
Wife or I just can't remember.
So he checked the messages.
Yes.
Of his. So you're not even allowed even your own.
Yeah, because there's logs that show who accessed.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. And then I remember one story where these con men who call you and like the committee guys. So one guy called a friend of mine who was an engineer there. They're like, hey, Nini, send me this money and this. He told him, give me a minute. Just came up to the computer, looked up. That guy was in Shimolatewa.
What?
So we called him back and like, you're who and who from Shimolatewa? I've never had someone panic that much on the phone. Yeah. And we told him, don't hang up because we are the cops. We need to talk to you.
You're messing up with it.
Of course, yeah. It was so fun.
There's a friend of mine who's for example, say my wife. So my wife's pal works for Safaricom, for example.
She
works for one of these.
Let's say my friend's wife, who doesn't work for this specific company called. Yeah.
So no, that guy, his wife's pal was working for one of these telcos. Greenish. So this that chick was tracking these guys. My buddy was tracking this guy. So she was telling now his wife, like, hey, so you're in Naivasha, eh? So I'm like, this guy was in Naivasha actually. They'd gone on one of those things for buying chicks to Vashas.
One of those.
So they are there, and then this chick Sijui tells the wife where he is. So now he panics and drives back to Nairobi, to calm the storm. Huh?
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think he should have maybe sued that chick because he knew it was that chick tracking him. So you can say,
yeah.
So you can go and say there's someone tracking my phone.
Yeah. Or just blackmail her.
Yeah.
Like tell her I'll go to the your offices
me would have gone
say,
to GTT. Me would have gone to Safcom and said, hey, man, there's someone who's tracking.
Yeah, my phone is acting weird.
Telling my wife things. And saying, Mimi niko Naivasha. Yes, I'm in Naivasha.
Yes, I'm cheating on her, but that's beside the point.
but you said you could get fired for that stuff. Huh?
Yeah, that's not even. I think there's maybe jail time or something because that's like invasion of privacy. Yeah.
My sis works for Safcom. So sometimes I wonder
what are we doing here then? If your sis works for Safcom, why are you shooting this podcast, bro? Nipatie kazi nirudi engineering bana.
No, she's not ako hizo level zenye tunani. But sometimes I wonder about the messages of mine which she's seen.
Nah, she can't see.
She can't see?
Nah.
Are you sure?
She's not supposed to, that's what I'm saying.
But they can.
Yeah, if she wanted to, she could.
Yeah. But it's not good. It's like chunguling even your wife's phone.
Yeah.
You don't want to see those things.
You don't want to see it.
Have you ever checked a chick's phone?
Yeah, in campus. My then girlfriend.
Did you find the worst things ever?
Yes. It's weird. You can't just go through someone's phone and not find what you're looking for.
Even a guy, right?
Yeah.
But what the heck would you be doing in your pal's phone? There's a guy, mm-hmm. You're driving like this, so his phone was here.
Mm-hmm.
And then his toy was playing with his phone. Like his toy was messing around with it. So this guy, I look, because the guy was the one driving. I look at the phone. I said, the video which was playing there, the guy was being given a head. You guys.
No way.
Serious.
And the kid is seeing.
Okay, the kid is.
Or just, probably doesn't know.
So me, I'm like, hey. So number one, I'm double shocked because I'm seeing, I don't
your friends. Damn.
Friends think,
Yeah. And the face of the chick, was it showing?
No, it was now showing the chick.
Oh, so okay, yeah. You could just see their forehead going up and down like this.
Sex is a beastly thing, eh?
It's so nasty when you're watching it.
Look at this chick. She's there. I think she was giving him some hands.
Damn.
So now
how long was this going on? When
this thing happened in like 30 seconds.
Okay.
All these things that I'm describing. So I'm like, hey, you guys, check your... So he grabs it. Hey, you guys,
crashes into the...
I'm sure that guy felt like he died. Check how can I die?
Yeah.
You guys, do you know how I can die tonight?
Yeah, just today now.
So I think checking your spouse's phone is or your
no goes on.
I've ever checked my wife's phone.
Yeah.
Once I'm like, dang, are you going?
But then there's some people who say, like, what would you do if you went into your specific other's phone? Do you say specific other? No, there's a phrase.
Significant.
Your general other.
You need to go back to engineering.
Damn, it's been long, yeah. I mean, if you have 3, you have to specify which one. Significant other. What if you go into your significant other's phone and you don't find any incriminating evidence?
I think you feel weird.
There's this school of thought. People say, like, I don't want a guy or a girl who's not being who's not being wanted by other people. But also I say, if you are looking for evidence and then you found it, you see that same energy, you would cast him out or cast her out. Yeah. Use that same energy if you don't find anything.
Oh, yeah, they say that. Yeah.
Like, appreciate him more. Yeah. Give him that head you're talking about.
Do you tell them that... to give them that head?
Yeah, reciprocate. Yeah.
Check it today. I want to reward you for the thing that I've not found. So you guys... but you're right. But do you tell them? Do you tell them I checked your phone and I didn't find anything?
No, of course you don't. You just... Even ladies are worse. If they find something and she keeps quiet, that's... No. Yeah. Because now it's plotting your revenge and it can't be equal. She has to go. Yeah. She has to one-up you.
I feel like if you lose trust with a chick, it's just... like you can never come back.
Yeah, I think if you cheat on a chick and then she finds out, just leave her.
Yeah.
You
can never...
There's no getting... Yeah.
You can never come back. But that day, yet, in my own defense, her phone was just wide open.
Yeah. His, Ama has.
As in my... See, I told you
the friend was...
had my chick's phone.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the driving thing again.
No.
Ah,
The
okay.
driving thing to Limaliza.
Okay.
We Maliza when you said specific.
That was the end.
So her phone was open. Then I said, let me
check.
I don't know how I did that.
Damn, yeah.
You know, there's always someone cutting a G.
There's always you have to develop some sort of trust, Maze. Yeah.
Not even trust, some sort of don't
acceptance. Yeah. True.
Now, like you just live your own life. Like following a human being is just human beings are crazy, you guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So you'd rather just live your own life.
Yeah,
anyway, we're talking about what? We're talking about. So how did you switch? What did your dad think of your switch from now comedy to?
Well, luckily I have
from engineering to nodes and stuff like that. I'm sure your dad used to be just introducing you. Check it, this is
my son, an engineer.
Check it, menya haya my son,
engineer. Yeah. No. That's a tough one on them. I mean, I'm lucky to have supportive parents and who encourage me to do. You know, my dad used to take me for things that normal African parents don't actually do. Like he paid for like tennis lessons at Parklands Club. Yeah, he used to take us out for like cinema. There was that drive-through. Is it called drive-in cinema up at Thika Road?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes he used to think
drive-in.
Fox drive-in. Yeah, where you just sit in the car and watch in the big screen.
Yeah. So
some things
me
and my bro and like my sisters, we used to just go watch the movie, and I'm like, Dad, you're dying in the next 2 months. Why are you doing all this good stuff to us?
Oh, you used to feel it, huh?
Yeah, I used to feel like it's abnormal. You know, it's not like going out for Ngoza Christmas. He used to do like take us to horse riding or some stuff like out of the
stylish man, huh?
Yeah. So now my dad just needs you to be sure of what you're doing. Yeah. He'll be like, because I didn't graduate from engineering, which was a mistake. I just I quit my engineering job to pursue comedy and drugs. That's a joke I do.
And weed.
Yeah. But no, like he was like, both of them, my mom and my dad, they were like, just finish, at least have your papers with you. I'ma stick it out. I'ma do comedy at the same time you're doing.
In Campo when you at your job?
Yes, I got the job before I finished campus, which was one of the reasons I wasn't able to complete my studies. Because it was like, if I can get a job without even finishing, then why do I need the papers? But then after that, I quit. He was like, you can just do both of them. But me, I was like, nah, I'm wasting time. I could be focusing more on it so that I can be further ahead. Look at where I am now. I'm doing the Kisiangani Podcast with Emmanuel over here. Sorry, Dad, you were right. I apologize.
In front of some sort of desk.
Yeah. This Karura Comedy Club.
What the heck are these chairs? Chairs are for Gava offices. No, but so what do you think? Do you wanna go and finish?
No. I think it's past 10 years. I think
10 years. Huh?
Yeah, it's been more than 10 years. I had a couple of units shy.
Oh, just a few units.
Yeah, like 5 of them.
But somebody can just you're not keen on going to finish.
Not really.
Let Bota say till further notice.
Yeah. But when I'm applying for jobs, I say Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and then in brackets, continuing. Yeah.
Check it, the guy somewhere in your CV.
The hell is continuing?
But that means if you could get the job without the document, that means you're a geekish guy.
Yeah, I was pretty above average in my job. Also, maybe have the 3 years of experience to count. So, like most of the jobs these days, they don't look at your education. Maybe experience counts for something. I hope. Yeah.
But at least, comedy didn't pay that much, but at least it pays. I think.
Speak for yourself. Now. No, I'm kidding. In the same boat. Yeah, it's true.
No, I think so. Especially, like, to be honest, last year was my best year in terms of earning from comedy.
Yeah. I'd say me too.
2022.
Yeah.
Because I did more of comedy things than other things. Most of the money I made was from
comedy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It's not bought a Benz yet, but
it's getting there.
Yeah, it should, if the trajectory remains the same. Because now we have, I wish, because when Russell Peters was here, that was many years ago. I don't know which year it was, but when he was here, there's a tent he jazzed in Carnival, which I've never ever forgotten. You know that stage in the field in Carnival?
Yes, that's a huge
On
field.
that stage. And
The
then
big one, the
guys-
huge one. Yeah.
And then guys, like the guys at the back had to use. There were 2 back sections. So each of those 2 back sections had screens.
Their screens.
So if you walk at the back, you're seeing it is over there. So I'm like, if we can get all those guys, I think guys
To
are
come to-
driving Benzes in this comedy scene of ours.
Very soon you're doing that. And I like, I always tell my friends when they ask how comedy is doing, I always feel like we're on the, is it brink of like something huge? Every time I feel like we're just etching closer and closer to that thing. And now a huge step we did last year was getting on TV.
Yeah, the Comedy Riot.
Comedy
That
Riot
is big.
and
People have been stopping me, especially not even the Riot. The Riot has just come out.
yeah, check out Comedy Riot on Showmax and the Roast House
Yes.
on Showmax.
I think Roast House did a lot of marketing for us. At
Yes.
least for me personally, I'm getting so many guys I meet nowadays. They're like, Emmanuel. There's another day we were chilling at Gecko with a buddy of mine. Then there's another chick over there dancing while eating.
Dancing while eating.
Yeah, she was with her boyfriend or some guy. So she's chewing while eating. So I'm like,
What do you mean?
dancing?
While
chewing, dancing while and she's doing this with her fork. So you know, me, my dad was like, etiquette. He didn't like that. So
Yeah.
even me, I'm like, what's wrong with this chick? Why can't she just sit and eat? You guys know that chick
Comes
Mama
over.
then comes and said, talking to me, chick, hi, Emmanuel, right? I love you. I love the laugh thing that you guys did. You guys are awesome. You took me through some tough times.
For real. And she's still dancing. You guys took me while chewing.
Like, if you knew I was criticizing you in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot of that. So I think
That's nice.
But I think the guys will truly make money from comedy. Maybe it's you guys.
What do you mean?
Kina, who are the younger guys in comedy now?
I think that's the class behind us that will make money.
Even you guys. Me, I feel like I'm now.
Even you will make money, bro. See all of us, bro. This is how comedians
Me, I think
psych
I'm
each other
becoming
up.
like Steve Harvey. Check, I quit. I just want to host things and stuff like that. The young guys
Yeah.
will make the money.
But you know something? There's no good young comedian. Like the best comedians, they're obviously young comedians who are good, but with experience counts a lot in comedy. Even just how to handle a crowd and everything. I think we'll be the ones to make this money fast. Yeah.
Yeah, true. The older you get, the more experiences you go
You're just
through.
better,
Meaning
yeah.
Stories. You can tell
More stories, you've been through a lot, life experiences, you've dealt with crowds, you know how to handle hecklers, you know what to go for, you know how to value yourself it just gets better.
You know, one of the issues I used to have before Darren joined us in comedy.
Darren is an American Kenyan,
Yeah.
a white comic. Shout out Darren
Yeah,
Collins.
man. So before him, I was like the oldest comic, man. In fact, I felt really comfortable when I went to SA because I found comics my age and older.
Okay, yeah.
So like when I see an older guy doing comedy and getting paid for it, I feel I'm like, there's hope. You know, I'm not just gonna be hanging out with these young guys.
You have to tell us your secret. You look like the youngest. I look older. We look the same age, honestly. Like, is it genes or
I think
it has to be genes? You don't even exercise, drink a lot of water, moisturize.
No, man. I just live my life. The only thing I don't do is I don't eat a lot.
Okay.
I eat very little food. Then I don't use sugar in my. I avoid sugar.
Carbs and things like those. Sorry to digress.
So
you're careful,
I just
your diet.
eat very little.
Portion.
Like if you even hear my mom when she's serving me, she's like, "Wewe mbona ukulangi?" So I eat very little. When I see a lot of food, nashiba, and it's not that something I do consciously. Like, me, I don't eat. That's my secret. It's just in me.
Even in high school, like ever since you're
all
on.
my life.
Okay.
In fact, my dad used to say, "Nikatie ugali kama ya Emmanuel," when he's not hungry. Yeah. So I think that has helped. If you see my schoolmates,
Yeah.
they're Zacks, you guys.
I know.
Wababa.
No, me, I'm a glutton. Me, I love food. I really love food. Yeah, I have to like be conscious of portion size and just now it has to be a conscious effort not to overeat. Yeah, because I'm really bad at like.
Have you hit your 30s yet?
Yeah, I'm turning 32 this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Shiko is the second oldest.
Bruh, don't Mulika like that. Yeah.
Shout out to Shiko.
Happy birthday, Shiko. Yesterday.
Yesterday, man. Doug is also one of those
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah. Doug is.
Darren.
Has to be Darren. Okay, since we are doing the list, then let's do it.
No, but it's interesting. So
wait, speaking of Darren, I just want to shout him out. Like we were saying, comedy doesn't really make a lot of money, just enough to get by, unless it's seasonal.
Yeah.
So there's a time where I was really broke, and Darren, who's also a puppeteer, he was working with the Ministry of Health to help spread awareness about bilharzia in the Western regions. He says it's really bad. Yeah, like there was a kid who just, he opens up his mouth and, sorry, this is a bit crass, he just vomits a ball of worms.
Bilharzia is caused by drinking dirty water, right?
Yeah, drinking, stepping on dirty soil,
So
and through your skin, through your mouth, anything, yeah. So now the Ministry of Health, he just, worms just come out. That's how bad it is. So the Ministry of Health are really looking at alternative ways to get that education to the kids about how to not get infected. So he does that through puppets, and he creates how would you call it? Like just education through puppeteering.
Yeah.
And he gave me, so it has to be, they don't even know a lot of English in those sides. It's really rural Western. So he gave me work for about a month or two that really got me going for just translating the scripts from English to Swahili and having a few jokes in there.
Okay, so I saw photos of you working with them.
Yeah. That was really, shout out Darren, man.
Let's check if this thing is still recording, man.
Yeah.
We're talking to ourselves.
Yeah, that's the worst, when you're going on and the stories in a bamba, and then you're like, tell me it's recording. Doesn't look good. Emmanuel has just frowned. How are you doing, bro? When did it stop? So what SD card is that using? It's not the same one. It has to be on the phone.
Yeah, this is using the phone.
Did you check if you had enough space before?
That told me to come here. Tell you what I didn't do. I didn't go to my trash. Let's see how long it has recorded.
Welcome to comedy, guys.
Welcome to the audio podcast.
We started at 12:36.
You can pause it there. It's recording again. Yeah, this podcast is all me and you guys.
It happens. Huh? We are back.
And we recorded that. We recorded 11 minutes of video.
Just video.
And talked for another 25 minutes.
26 minutes, yeah, with no video. We apologize.
Who the heck will listen to that audio?
We hope it was funny enough for you guys to keep on watching. Yeah, you'll just put a huge apology on the when the video cuts out down there.
Nani did a podcast, Josie. Yeah, drink your water.
No, it's okay.
Called this guy used to do another show at during COVID called COVID. The twerking during COVID.
The guy who's
Kisiangani.
Okay.
He did an audio podcast. It has views, huh?
Yeah, but he intended it as audio.
Did you hear it? Did you see it?
No. It's on Spotify.
Oh, no.
Wait, what are you saying?
No, it's just on YouTube.
Oh, no.
But there's a photograph and audio.
I think that's what we'll do.
But I guess that's Kisiangani.
Yeah. No, people will listen if it's good.
So you were talking about Darren. So you worked with him for how long?
I'd say maybe a month and a half. Yeah. And then that ended.
But he does some big things, that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Darren.
I feel like white guys are more adventurous than us guys. Can you imagine leaving America. Living Rongai, you guys do that stuff?
Yeah.
Huh?
But he's really passionate about it. Yeah. If you sit down with him for 5 minutes, you'll know why he's doing it.
There's a time I did a podcast with him. Then you guys lost the SD card. You guys.
He did.
I went to Mombasa and lost the camera and the SD card.
So this is not your first time doing this. You're used to not producing. Yeah, you need a producer, I guess.
So you guy. So now when you meet him, he's looking at you like, you guy, what hole are you from, you guy?
Yeah.
Check, I'm sure that's a story you used to tell guys who are in America. Check,
and I'm sure
I met this young man who did a podcast with me. And the guy did not even post it. I'm like, But you're right. I need a producer. We'll get a producer as we go along. You did a chat GPT joke with you, Chikesh at me, Josie.
Oh, at the Wildly Coffee gig?
Yeah, the Wildly Coffee gig. That chat GPT thing is serious, huh?
Oh, have you tried it? Like,
yeah, I've been trying it, but I have not found a way to use it profitably, I just use it out of curiosity. I just write things on a Jibu. Like the other day I wrote, "Who is Jane?" You know, like those questions your chick asks you. Who is Jane and why is she texting you? Chicky, I do not understand that.
I have no information past the year 2021. That's what it actually says.
It's limited in its scope.
Yeah. Just on the interface, when you log in, it tells you some of the information might be wrong. I don't have knowledge for, I think, world events past 2021. But like I was telling you, the more precise you are with the questions, even me, I'm just experimenting with it now. It's really good.
I heard some schools are banning. I read about some schools banning the use of chat GPT. I don't know.
It's tough because kids are using it to do homework.
You think they are already?
I know they are, yeah.
You can't go to Grammarly and
like detect.
You know Grammarly?
Yeah.
Maybe you can detect that it's from AI.
No. There's a student who builds software for detecting if it's from AI. A college student, yeah.
Oh, so now there's another app for checking if this is an AI app.
Yes. But you can just get your AI script and then change a few things here and there. So yeah.
There's this thing, I don't know if you know about that thing called Neuralink.
No, not yet.
I think Elon Musk is working on something called Neuralink. I don't know what it is, to be honest. But me, I'm imagining, and this is an imagination, I'm imagining maybe it's a chip you put in your head. And then maybe it connects to, like something like Chat GPT. So you don't need to have...
To Google.
You know the way you don't need a calculator? Like you don't need to calculate physically or 12 times. So you just have automatic. A calculator. So you'll have knowledge, which the only knowledge you have is what you use. But if you want specific knowledge,
it just comes to you.
AI thing and you get it.
That's really...
You remember like in the Matrix?
Yeah.
I think the world is heading there, no?
Yeah, I mean, and I've always been late to take advantage of technology. So with Chat GPT, I just want to be ahead of the curve.
Can it write jokes, that thing?
Yeah, I've tried. Jokes. It depends. Like you give it a premise. I told it to write me a joke about gaining holiday weight, and I hope I can remember the joke. It wrote back, holiday weight is like what? It's like a game of hide and seek. You gain weight. Man, this is such a bad... Yeah, I should ask it. Yeah, it wrote me a joke. Something about it covers your abs. It hides your abs and then they come back later when you're on a diet. Or some sort of... Yeah.
Don't ask it right now.
I don't know.
I'm on a bundle. Deal bundles.
Hopefully. Do you have Wi-Fi? That's the question we should be asking here. But yeah, it's writing jokes.
But I wonder what's going to happen next 10 years, man. I think technology is really going to...
Yeah, my Chat GPT joke was stupid, just to bring us back to that. I remember before going up, I thought if I bomb on a specific joke, I'm just going to tell the audience. That was a Chat GPT joke, so if you didn't like that one, blame technology, not me. But I did the reverse, where... Yeah.
This guy said that this guy was killing. Then he said these Chat GPT jokes are
working. Yeah.
I don't know why that was so funny.
I got a huge laugh.
It's funny. That was the only joke I remember the whole night.
Yeah, thank you. I'll
funny.
take it.
I'm not saying that was horrible. Like it was memorable. Like I kept laughing at that, and I think that's what happens to audiences.
Yeah.
I don't think they really love
the whole. Yeah.
But
it's specific things.
That's why in the first 10 seconds, if you haven't broken the audience, you're gonna have time. Eh?
That's actually something I really consciously try to get my first laugh in less than 10 seconds. Yeah.
Because they have to believe you're funny to give you attention. Because you're competing with TikTok, Instagram posts,
yes.
Plus you on stage. If you're boring, they just get out their phone.
And even there are prejudgments about you as you walk up and how you look. Yeah. So if you can be able to get your first laugh, it just... all of you start on the same level. So
what do you think of the comedy scene? You think we're going to start getting those Netflix deals now that we have some Showmax thing? What is your prediction, Chat GPT style?
I think sooner than later, it's really, we have to go on Netflix, because I don't want to sound cliche and say, like, have you ever just watched someone special on Netflix and you're like, if this guy is getting one, you know?
But it's interesting. Some guys now don't want to be on Netflix.
I think even there's no need for being on Netflix. Like the whole thing, we're talking about specials and no one watching them. Now it has to be the Andrew Charles way. You just cut it down to digestible time durations and then post it wherever.
Yeah, in fact, we were talking about doing shows for corporates for making money. I think one of the best ways, and I'm trying that out. I was telling you off camera.
Okay.
I'm trying to monetize my audience directly. Okay? So the way you go to a shop and buy for yourself Panadol, I think we can monetize, like whoever is watching, you tell them. And I think Nani did that. What's it? Ari? What's the...
Shafir.
Yeah, Ari Shafir. He has a special online.
Yeah.
And I think the audience are the ones who paid or something. They contributed or they bought. It's on YouTube. So, like for me with my real estate channel, I started telling guys, if you can support this, okay, I hate using the word support, but if you can partner with this channel with $1 or more, okay?
You went the USD.
Yes, $1 or more. Okay, into brackets I wrote
KSH.
KSH 100.
Yeah.
So my reasoning is, if you can get say 1,000 guys, okay, and this is those theories.
Theoretical,
yeah,
hypothesis.
1,000 guys giving you 100 bob. That's 100,000 bob.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, and see, that's good. That's like me. I hate corporate. To be honest,
it feels like you're selling out a bit, but that's our mentality. Have to change to
make that money.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of money to be made with corporate.
Yeah.
But if you're one of those purist comics or individuals who just wants to say what they feel, like the only way I feel is through monetizing your audience directly.
Your content. I think also we haven't experimented a lot. We are stuck to some of our ways, and if we just branch out into everything, like I've tried my hand in acting. There's a short movie me and Shiko
is it out?
have coming out. It's coming out this month.
You shot it with Goofy?
Yeah, I shot it with Goofy. Shout out to Goofy, one of the best video guys out here, videographer.
And poets.
And he's a poet, content creator, and everything else, photographer. Yeah, so we are hoping that comes out, and it's just another way of getting more eyes onto your work.
So whose idea was that? Was it his or you guys? Someone you just sat together?
No, that was I think I'll give most credit to Justin Wanda and Shiko Waithaka. So they wrote a script, and then they were like, they approached me and they were like, we'd like you to be part of it was just a two people in the movie. So Shiko and myself. And then through that, I actually helped in writing just a little part of the script. So I'm getting credited as a script writer and as an actor.
So it was, okay, let me not ask so many details. So was there a love scene?
Yeah, with myself. There was no love scene at all. I don't know even how that would go.
That one I would have watched. Okay, let me watch. Who was your character again?
Shiko, yeah. Which I'm really glad it was Shiko, because we have like rapport, me and her. Yes, we have rapport.
So it went well.
It really, and as an amateur actor, even Goofy, I'm glad we know each other kidogo, because like all those takes, they don't show. Even we had a good director. She's called Wanyoro. And I really love that they gave us...
I've met her.
She's come to some of our shows.
She's come to move.
She has.
Can you imagine anyone who's come to movies?
That's a fan. That's a comedy lover.
Yeah, but they left early.
Obviously. You can't blame her. It's Move.
Move is a venue which we are trying to build, but
we've
been going through tough times there.
Yeah, I love the owner. He's really...
The owner is warm.
Yeah, he's a good... I wish all owners...
He's the best owner I've ever met. But now, I feel like I'm disappointed with that guy.
Yeah. Don't worry, it will pick up.
Huh?
It will pick up.
Yeah, it should, man. But there's a wind also which blows through that place. It blows under whatever barrier they put and just into your butt crack. Because you see you're facing it.
Yeah.
So unaisikia hapa kwa hii line.
Na kwa mgongo. Dude, how many things affect how people consume comedy? Even live. Yeah. It's like... waiters walking past, any sort of noise, mics, wind, weather, it's cold. It's like you have to be control almost everything. The MC...
Indoor venues have less...
distractions, yeah.
But yeah, that's dope. So you're saying we could do more of those things, right?
Yes, we could do more of this. Not just thinking purely of comedy.
I think
like stand-up comedy.
Maybe a comedian should be friends with someone else, someone who thinks, because us guys are thinking according to, what we've seen. Like many of us say, if you get a Netflix special, because we've seen guys doing Netflix.
We are following the American model.
Yeah. So maybe we should just think outside the box, like what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And many people are doing dope stuff. Like this, remember we were talking about Ben Psycho, shout out to him.
Yeah, one of my buddies, yeah.
Nowadays he does live
shows.
And live shows. Huh?
And he's selling them out, all of them. Yeah, him and his wife. So they do the Joyride podcast. I hope I have it right. And then they started, I think, how did they start? I hope I'm not spreading misinformation over here. But they started just on having like small, like online IG live things and on their social media, YouTube. They started with a podcast and then podcast got numbers. And then now they're doing live shows. It's just the two of them and they're selling out and they're having fun with it.
Can you imagine? You just got with one other person, you guys.
Yeah. Just one. Like it's splitting two ways.
Divide by two.
You don't even need ChatGPT to work out the math on that. It's just 100.
No, but that's dope. And I'm seeing more people doing that. Sandwich Podcast did the same.
Sandwich, yeah.
Who else?
Doing live shows.
Ikonini did a mini sort of. I was hanging out, but they shout out to
Ikonini, which we've both been on.
Yeah. He's actually the one who inspired me to get back on this thing.
Oh, okay.
Because they have all the equipment I have. Okay, except the iPhone.
Yeah.
They have the recorder.
No, they have a producer.
Yeah, true.
The show doesn't go off, and yeah.
So he said they did a live show at Unseen. Unseen is in Hurlingham. And he said most of the people who are buying the tickets were in America, so they were buying tickets for people here. There you can sponsor and say,
for 10 and give them out. Yeah. Oh, that's really dope. Yeah.
So the guys who, when they ride with you so hard. But now the problem is disappointing them by being inconsistent. Check post lini wewe check.
SD card imehepa. Lost the camera. Yeah.
You have one manner of excuses.
Yeah.
So we think outside the box. It's like these guys who do. I feel like Inya's guys are okay. Not me and you, but maybe me. Maybe we're a bit lazy.
No.
Because look at these guys even who do vernacular music. Those guys work hard, you guys. Yeah? Those guys, they mount they are selling CDs first of all.
Yeah.
Then they mount their ninis on a speaker. Just an unknown guy. Then he just drives around blasting his music while selling his music. So these guys work hard to put their stuff out there. Us guys.
Yeah, that's actually true. Because you would think, like, even just knocking on doors. I mean, honestly speaking, I was watching this guy on Netflix where not on Netflix, on YouTube. He's a comedian now. He teaches comedy, which people have a lot of opinions about teaching comedy. But he sent out how he made money from comedies. Like, he sent out his demo tape to, I don't know about American politics, but let's say the House, the Senate, something else. So, like, he just wanted to have, like, sessions in the Senate or something, a House of Representatives, whatever. He was just doing some sort of talks, but humorous ones. And then there are, like, 89 of them. He did the first one and told them, don't pay me anything at all. But just recommend me to other people. So when he had the first one, he just sent what he had recorded then to the other people or the corporates. I forget what the actual thing was. And then now, like, they paid him ridiculous amounts of money. And he's doing the same thing he did at this one to the others. So, like, we're not
going
go out of your way to search for these gigs, man. If you have, like, a corporate, some car salesmen who have an end of year, they're trying to promote their business, you could do something for them, right?
Yeah, true. Actually, Ofweneke, his one was telling me I shouldn't be afraid of doing free shows.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, that's another story. Because a man would not agree, and David Mashari.
Yeah.
But
me too.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
You're also in that mix.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're doing to you guys.
Yeah, it must be working for him.
So going out of here. Me, I was thinking, in one of my ideas was doing a show in, like Tiny Desk.
Yeah, the concerts.
So you do now a Tiny Desk. Like you go to Safaricom and do a Tiny Desk comedy show. So every month at one corner of Safcom, guys come for that comedy show.
And will you tailor make material for that specific occasion? Am I just doing?
You can either tailor make it. Now it depends on the comic.
Okay.
itself. So if it's you decide if you're going to do Safaricom jokes, you just do jokes. Will it be clean material? Will it be?
Yeah, that's the other challenge.
Whatever material you feel like. But there are many ideas that I have, which obviously, like you're saying, I'm just sitting on them in my mind.
You just need to get up and get going. Just start.
Yeah, you just start, man.
Yeah.
So, Gaiban, are you relating with someone right now?
What do you mean?
Are you dating, you guys?
Hey, bruh, I'm dating. I'm seeing someone. Yeah, but it's pretty. Well, I don't want to say.
The reason I'm asking is when you're a comedian standing in front of people, you always get this chicks who approach you. You guys, there's another day we're doing a show up at number 7. Some chick just walked to me and told me some young chick, Chicky, hi you, because I was with Kinabutita, so I thought she's coming to tell me at them. Chicky, no, it's you. No, I like you. You know me when I see something good, I just go for it.
A bit tipsy.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Super tipsy, man. So I think maybe does dating keep artists grounded?
In what way?
Like see, now you won't waste time with many chicks. You just have one squeeze who you have.
I think it kind of does, but even when I wasn't dating, I didn't used to like focus on, like getting chicks from that, unless it's times where you're like feeling a bit, blue balls all the way to your head. Yeah. But also it's also another topic we've discussed, like hitting on chicks from the audience, because if it's not for the long run, you don't want to see someone you just had a wine stand with
I think
front row there.
I remember because you can it can affect your audience, I think.
Yeah, even your comedy and yourself. Like even me, I don't like seeing any familiar face in the front row. Girlfriend, family, whoever. I don't like.
I used to come with my wife for shows, then I stopped. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, she stopped coming.
Yeah,
I feel like it's better like that. There's a buddy of mine who tells me when his chicken is in the audience, he bombs.
Yeah.
Bombing means you don't, guys won't laugh.
Yeah.
So, personally, even sometimes, even audience members who get to know you beyond a certain level,
you don't want to. Yeah, I remember my ex coming to the show. We were dating then. She was my girlfriend then, but then she sat almost front row to the left, and I remember subconsciously I didn't look at that side, which means it's affecting your comedy now.
Yeah.
And the audience can tell. Yeah, like you can't even make eye contact with her. Well, I guess that's just me. There are comedians I know who don't mind at all. Yeah.
There's this guy who I met once who gave me money. So he was like, manu mazenako, unajua mimi nimeluya pia. So unataka tusapotiane sana. So namba yako ni gani? So he sent me money upon the spot. I was like, So the problem is now next time, the next time I saw him, I didn't recognize him. You see, so I just passed him and went. So later on that same night when I didn't recognize him, I was like, hey, that's the guy who actually sent me money. So I felt like going to Salamia him.
Bro, Vivi, nice.
When you let them out, but I feel like it compromises. There's something which
you have. It takes away something.
It's a good thing. Send the money, but it's maybe send
0726.
Check it. Ama ukuna till enda buy goods.
Yeah.
Ama pochi la biashara. So it's a good thing, but I think it can affect you, especially that sleeping with.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, you see the thing people don't understand. That's my office.
Yeah,
that's me at work. That's what I tell everyone I'm dating. Like, I know you want to come see me, support me, but remember also I'm interacting with like my clients. Yeah,
and then also another thing is I see some comedians who come with their girlfriends for the show. Okay, and then it affects them. in that they can't even hang out with other comics. They're not building up their bits. Sorry if
I think it was. I thought you were talking about me.
You're feeling warm.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about someone else. But I've seen this over time. So they can't. The way you're saying this is my office. So the reason their mind is split is they have to take care of the chick and, perform.
Yes.
So they lose, like they're at an open mic, but they're not thinking of their beats. They're thinking of dashing back to
my girl is here. Is she enjoying it?
Yeah.
Is someone hitting on her?
Food?
Yeah.
Does she? And then after the show, they run off because now the chick has to go.
Yes. And another thing I'm realizing is that after shows, it's some place I need to improve on. Like normally, I just after the show is done, may I leave. Which I think you should stay and even like make network with some of because that's where you get your gigs from. And even if it's not that, after the show with comedians, there's a lot that comes from that. Like even the show the movie that we did, it was after the show and they were like, would you like to play a part in our upcoming movie? Say if I wasn't there, they'd have chosen you or someone else, and I've lost that. So there's value in hanging, even just coming to a show that you're not performing at. I found value in that.
No, that thing is very important, and especially that thing of chicks, you guys.
Yeah.
Like I normally see guys very distracted. Especially what you're talking about after the show. Because after the show, this guy is thinking, how am I getting this chick home? If the chick can understand that you're working and not give you any pressure, she that's just good. Sits uko. Then she didn't come and say, Kwani, you're not finishing, we leave.
Yes.
Like, what's up with you?
Me, I make sure that's the first thing I tell them if they're coming. So they know the boundaries are set and everything.
Yeah. So
but the whole grounding thing, I don't know. I didn't understand that.
What do you mean by grounding?
Because you asked if having someone you're dating helps you.
No, grounding in that, the way I was thinking about it is you don't get distracted. You already have someone. So that's already out of the way.
Okay.
You don't need to flirt around. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like you have someone checking up on you. Yeah. There are some people who need supervision.
Yeah.
So to speak.
True.
So you just have someone who will keep you, in line. Because now if you live there with chicks, different chicks every week.
But there's another angle to that too. It's like, there are some chicks who'll approach you just wanting to know you, and maybe thereafter there's an opportunity for like giving you work.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like
I don't think that's a problem. Yeah.
No. But here's the thing: like many comedians have gotten gigs, birthday gigs where you go perform, baby showers, this and that. And for like a chick to approach you for her baby shower, she has to have liked you. But then when you're there with your girlfriend and she sees you with someone being lovey-dovey, that can be cause for not approaching you, right?
Yeah, true.
So you have to be careful about that too.
That's why they say Churchill, he's never talked about his wife,
his specific other.
In fact, they say that if you're dating, it's good not to share on stage. Although us guys do a purest form of comedy where we talk about our lives.
Yeah.
But for the stories about Churchill, he doesn't talk about his wife. He doesn't. And then after the show, this is what I like about that guy. After the show, he'd leave and go and hide at some corner. He wouldn't be frolicking there with audience members. That requires a lot of discipline. Yeah,
true.
But the style of comedy we are doing after the show, in the States, after the show you go stand somewhere, people can take photos with you. It's part of the
whole thing, but I think that's up to a level. You have to be like, I can't just be the way I see myself, no one knows who I am. I can't just, sometimes it feels like even when you've killed, I just don't want to be standing at the entrance to the like so where people are passing so that they can be forced to say, you feel a bit awkward.
Checky. You look at them in the eye, you guys. Check me ile joke wa kite. Uliipenda sana. That's nice.
ChatGPT? Like that one.
Check ni buy goods. 5-1.
Yeah.
So did you vote by the last year, you guys? May didn't I did I vote?
No, I didn't vote.
I voted because of influence.
Yeah. Do you regret that? It's tough to regret voting, but
I regret because now it put me in the mix of one.
You on this side and
get to win and now get it.
Yeah.
But I feel, and I think I've done a joke about this, all the time I support something, it
Loses.
poromokers. So obviously you guys.
Yeah, and me, I don't vote, but it's only because, like, it's a stupid reason. Again, I'm not the best person to ask things about politics, but I feel like we don't have a candidate who speaks to me, or I feel like it's a thing of choosing the lesser evil every time. So
why? What's the point? And many people thought, especially urban younger people, thought like that. Like, I'm not supporting this guy. I'm not supporting this guy. Why should I vote at all?
Yeah. I'm sure it could be convinced it's a bad decision, but
I think it's a vote on its own.
Yeah.
But I think like the world is getting crazier, right now, because especially with I don't know what you think about woke culture and stuff, but I feel like having an opinion right now on the earth is very risky. Like even on this podcast, there are some things which somebody can't truly really say if at all you want to keep working.
Yeah.
And I think that's weird, and that's why I'm talking about that voting. That's why I'm relating that voting thing. Like, you'd rather just keep quiet, because if I say I'm doing this guy, someone will hit me.
Attack you for that.
Actually lost quite a number of followers during the election. I think I was cracking jokes which were hinting towards who I'm voting.
Leaning on some side, yeah. I'm always conscious about that and careful not to. That's why I stay away from politics and religion and all that stuff.
Even in comedy, you...
No. Now, that's the good thing about being a comedian, is that you can twist that. And on stage, I think there's some leeway too. Although you still have to be smart about it, there's leeway, and I'm able to stand on the platform of being a comedian, is that this is all an act.
Yeah.
Despite what it means to you, this is all an act. It's comedy. As long as I have a microphone and it's a comedy show, I feel safe to say what I want.
Like there's a joke you do about toxic masculinity, which is really smart, and I think it's one of those ones. Like, because you have the context, somebody can laugh at the end.
Yes.
But now if you don't know the if somebody just cuts a certain bit, they'll say
post it.
They'll just say
this guy is being toxic. Yeah, it's
homophobic or crazy stuff. Like there's a joke I do about fat.
Dude, I was about to bring this up. Can I? Tell you.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time you did this joke, and you were like, I have a joke about, for lack of a better word, like fat women.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, the moment you say fat on stage, people just hold back, right? And I was like, is he going to pull it off? And I remember
I shared it with you before.
Before you did it, you're like, how will I pull this off? And the way you did it, it's on his 15 minutes special on Showmax, right? You did it, and it's so killer. The way you are able to say fat and make fun, not of the fat lady, but of the situation. I mean, you guys see that joke. It's hard to get offended by that, because you did it so well, man.
I had to really, but it took me a long time, and I was scared when I was doing it, to be honest.
And if you're scared about doing it and it works, it will get the biggest laugh ever, because you are able to overcome that hurdle and the tension in the room. That's such a good joke, man.
So I think that's why comedians like Dave Chappelle are funny, because they can take, even Louis C.K.
Bill Burr.
That guy just does his edgy stuff every day.
Bill Burr, he started a joke by saying mothers are not the most important. It's not the most important job. He has another one about hitting women. Have you seen that one? About like everyone says there's no reason to hit a woman. That you can wake up from a dream and give you like 17 reasons. Of course, there's a reason to hit women, just like there's a reason to hit women, but you just don't do it. And then he explains for like 10 minutes.
And guys are dying.
Yeah. One of the best bits of his, man.
I feel like now, I think that edgy thing it means it's a good time for comedy, because if you know how to work, between those lines.
If you can see the line, that's another thing. Because there are comedians who we've seen who don't know where the line is, and that's so risky. You have to know where the line is.
You have to be intelligent around it, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't know. This year I want to write more, clean material I can perform even maybe not necessarily in church, but just a general audience.
Yeah.
If I can write more of that and get around an hour of that.
I don't even need an hour, 20 minutes. I think one of my regrets, honestly, with my Showmax 15 minutes on Showmax, was not going clean. I really battled with it the whole way. And even when you see it, I start clean for like 10 minutes. And then...
It was bothering you.
Yeah, I was like, should I do this clean? Because I want to use it as a, like, if I want a corporate show, I just send them the link to the Showmax episode. And since it's all clean, they can... You don't mind offending people. But now, clean material, to have good clean material that is killer, it's tough writing clean. So I battled with that. I was like, should I do clean? I think I should have just done all of it clean, but I have like 5 minutes of just a bit of sex jokes. And
so you did 5 minutes?
At the end. A bit blue.
No, but that's not bad.
I'm just... Watch until 9:37. That's what I was... Yeah.
I think you can... I don't know, man. If you can get the clip and cut...
And just send them.
Because a corporate can give you a job just from one joke.
Eh? Yeah.
They'll just see one of your jokes and just give you the whole joke. But clean that also doesn't mean... not clean doesn't mean crassy.
Yes. True.
Because there's that. Because you can use the word sex in a joke, but the thing that you're saying is not stupid.
Yes.
It's not just, something you haven't thought about. But sometimes you just say sex, then someone just zones off.
Yeah. And we've had gigs where dirty material is working and clean is not. And the opposite.
Which gig is it? All the gigs?
No, have you ever been waiting, like no one has cracked the crowd before you go up and you're like, okay, you're watching all the comedians going up before you and you're like, what's working? And then someone comes up and says, bro, fanya ngono ndio inaoka. Let's do sex jokes. And you're like, damn, I had this bit I was planning on doing, but then, yeah.
So what podcast are you watching right now? Are you a podcast guy?
Yeah, I watch basically just comedy podcasts.
Who can I build bar?
A Bilba Monday morning podcast and Thursday afternoon podcast. I watch those. I watch Mark Normand and Samorial. We Might Be Drunk. I watch Theo Vaughn. I watch Your Mom's House podcast. I watch, what else do I love? Tuesdays with Stories. Joe Rogan. Sometimes he has a comedian on.
Oh, you only watch when it's a comedian, huh?
I love comedians' podcasts. But locally... The Fire Podcast with Emmanuel Kisiangani is one of my favorite. And Ikonini, obviously. Yeah. I was watching Ikonini before they called me for that.
How many Ikoninis have you watched? Me, I've only watched the one where they had Rapture.
No, I've watched Octopizzo. I've watched like 5 guests. Yeah. Before, I've watched like...
Octopizzo was their first like major one, right?
Yeah. I've watched Calligraph on there. I've watched other people... Just like I've watched a couple, like 20 of those. Yeah, I really liked it.
But it's doing well, huh?
Very well, yeah.
Although the thumbnails, you guys.
Like on yours. Was it Moaf, Joe?
You guys, Moaf invited me on Ikonini, yeah? Then the thumbnail you record, you got
what was it?
With a bat, you guys. Yeah? And then my hands are outstretched in a manner to suggest.
Yeah. So I'm sure it did numbers.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
No,
it's not for no reason.
It had many clicks. But now, do you need to do that?
I think that's it depends on the people producing it. Yeah, if it's not your style, don't do it.
But it works.
It works. That's the thing. Yeah? Which is what I'm saying. I think we should just do that.
If you start doing this podcast, you guys with a dress, you guys.
That's it. With the lesso, bro. Yeah.
You call yourself Georgie Ule Wales.
Georgina, the comedian.
You guys, you get followers, man.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever thought about that? Like the line between selling your soul and,
every day,
just being yourself.
Every day that this doesn't get me more money, you're like, you look at people who are making it and you're like, what? When I was young, when I was a new comic, I was like, why are hacks making it and I'm not? But then I changed my attitude to learn from what's working for him,
and then you
maybe
pick from the thing that probably working.
Yeah. One of the things I've learned is just to engage with audiences, because me, when I post things on Twitter, I'm a clip, I just leave it there.
Oh, you don't retweet?
I don't answer to the replies. Oh, you guys, you're funny, I love this, even the negative ones. I think you should.
I think so.
I've learned from a man is really active and engages his audience, and his clips always do numbers.
Aman has been doing that.
Aman is a master of the internet. He really knows his way around those.
But maybe
those
you
things.
reply maybe the top 5, and then you just leave the rest.
Yeah, probably.
Because you don't have time also to reply.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like doing a lot of stuff on
but
the
maybe
internet.
it can also be your style. Like, look at someone like Chris Rock. He didn't engage anyone online. I mean, you become Chris Rock first, then now, like, is that the formula?
It's like you sell out and then you go back to your purist ways.
Because now you've reached a certain threshold.
Yes.
Because there's a level where you figure where guys even just have their own conversations.
Yeah. But then the thing about selling out is like you'll get audiences you don't want,
Oh, if you do something you didn't plan.
Yes.
Something that's out of your...
Yeah. Because now when you build, it's a slow burn, it's a slow process, but you're using your content as a filter for the audience you want. So anyone who's with me now, I know they really love my content, my style of doing comedy, and they'll buy tickets to a show.
At Churchill Show, the comedians weren't doing, they weren't characters. It was is Butita.
Struggle. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant comic.
YY.
Another brilliant comic.
So these guys have never banned out till today. Those guys are still doing stuff.
Yeah.
But the guys who are characters, majority of them, I don't know where they are.
It's a short shelf life.
Huh? Like you kill it, yes, but after a while, guys just move on to the next character. But if you're just yourself, it's a longer journey. But you can clear that stuff because you're drawing your content from your life.
Yes. And it's more sustainable, I think so.
Like when there, some guy was telling me to call myself to be corporate comedian.
Yeah, someone.
Corporate comedian,
someone asked me what's my stage name.
Yeah,
bro, it's George Waweru. My name's
But there's also...
Bro, if I went by light skin comedian, bro, I always be doing this podcast. I'd be so far, bro.
You didn't be here with me.
Yeah. This background. Yeah.
You can't call George. That guy will ask me for... But guys are killing. Tom Dr. is doing well,
yeah. I've worked with him.
I met him the other day. He's doing this thing called Wamosi.
Vernacular.
Now they focused on Kikamba.
Oh, yes.
There are some guys, I think, if you've chosen that route, just go that route and create for the rest of your life. If that's what's working for you. Kina Tom started with that character for a teacher. You remember
the skits? Yeah.
Yes. So he was doing with that other guy called Kyoko.
Sami Kyoko, who won $1 million shillings. You remember?
Yeah.
At Ultimate Comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
bro, did you go to Ultimate Comic?
No.
Auditions?
You went?
Yeah.
You went for the audition?
Yeah. What's this guy from Ridiculous? What's his name?
Jugona.
Tony Jogona, bruh.
He told you to go away?
I was performing. I think that clip, they used it to promote the show on DSTV ama Maisha Magic East or something.
They used your clip?
Yeah, for failure. The one where I feel that.
Oh, you bombed Paka, they used it?
I didn't bomb. So it's Tony Jogona here, some lady here, I forget her name, and some other guy, Apple. So I'm up at they tell me, okay, start your stuff. I do. The two of them are laughing. And then halfway through...
Who's laughing? The other two guys.
Except for Tony, yeah. He's like, nah. He drops his books on the floor. He's like, this guy is not funny.
On the ground?
Yeah. Only for drama so that the show can sell.
Okay.
At the expense of
you.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
And what jokes were you doing, like your normal sets?
Yeah, I was doing my normal stuff, but I was pretty green then. And then he's like...
Did you chop out the one for your novel?
No, I didn't have that joke then.
Oh, you didn't have...
I was pretty 2 years into the scene.
Oh, okay.
I was doing it in half Swahili, half English, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
So now he's like, he's already ruined my flow. I can't even go back to the mini.
Yeah.
Then he's like, you think you're funny? I'm like, yeah. And then he told me, come sit where I am, and then I'll do what you are doing.
Seriously?
And then tell me if you think that's funny. So see me, I sit. But I'm now in my head, I'm like, obviously there's no way I'm going.
Yeah.
So when he started talking, just 2 seconds, I took the books and they dropped them. And I said, you're not funny. Then I just walked out. And you're like, there's no way I'm doing this.
That's funny. So did they laugh at that?
Wapi, no.
They didn't laugh at that? Aye, those guys they don't have humor.
It was bad.
But that is hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then they called me when I left, I went, like, it was at KNT, the auditions. I just left, started walking home. Some guy came back, told me, bro, usiende. I think they saw something in you. I think Churchill said you'll have another chance. It was a lie to get me back, so that, after they do that, they have the dramatic scene where they bring all of you, like 6 of you in, and they're like, number 6, step forward. So that's the only reason they called me back, to embarrass me again, because I didn't pass.
They lied to you to go back even.
Yes. Bro, I'm like, I'm outside there just walking. Bro, Churchill, naenda perform lini tena? When am I going back again on stage? Wapi? No, chill.
So you went and panga that line for...
you walk in, 5 of you, and then, you know how they edit music for... so that when, like, post-production, they can edit in music for dramatic music. So when they're telling you who passed, they pause for a long time. Your heart is pumping, you're sweating. Right, and you're not even proceeding. Me, vitu nimepitia out here. I was...
Because now they've wasted you. Why did they call you back?
Since morning, even before you get into that audition, you have to pass through other 3 judges outside. Like, you go to this one, if you have a yellow band, you go to that judge, and it's one guy judging your comedy.
But what do you think about, say, these guys who go for America Got Talent? Comedians. I don't think if you're a comedian, just go to an audience. Like, don't go for these talent shows. Okay, this is my own opinion. Because I've never seen anyone who's gone... Okay, there's someone who was saying that Lisa Chaponda went and now he gets gigs. But I think you can be big even without doing your jokes for... You're a judge, you guys.
Of course you can, but it's still an opportunity. And if there's money involved, there's a prize money. Why not?
Why not, huh?
Yeah. Mark Norman has done it. America's Got Talent. Sam Morrill has done it.
How far did we figure?
I think the last group, but then there's always politics, so... Not the funniest guy always wins. Yeah, even Sam Morrill did it.
This guy called Preacher Lawson also did it.
Older comic, right?
He's not old, but he's not like famous, but he's good.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
But he did, I think maybe that he was really good, but I think the tension of being there also made him start bombing.
Yeah.
And then now, I think if it works, it'll work really well. But if it doesn't work, you'll just be known as the comic who bombed at...
No, but you see, you're not bombing. If you're really good, like if we could go right now, would you bomb? You can't bomb in front of an audience. It's okay, you can, but if you're an established comedian and you know your stuff, you won't bomb, but you won't win it. And then if there's America's Got Talent, it's like how many thousands in the audience and on TV. That's eyes you want on you, even if you don't proceed, as long as you get that stage time and it airs.
Even in how about these guys? In Kenya, there was Tusker Project Fame. Like where
TPF.
Are most of those guys?
Yeah, no one knows them. I only know who from that. Patricia Kihoro, doing her stuff. Yeah, she was on that.
There was also another guy called Alvan.
Oh,
you know Alvan? Alvan Love is on TikTok.
No,
he's not even doing singing.
Yeah,
he's doing comedy.
Not doing music.
You don't know this guy who does. You remember there was a time.
Nangalito.
No. This is another guy from Nuts.
Yeah, from Nakuru.
I don't know where he is now.
Yeah.
There's this guy who... You remember during COVID, there was this guy who was being changiwa that nyumba yake ilifungwa.
Omosh?
No, Alvan.
Nah, I don't remember.
He shot a clip and said...
Yes, the bald guy. Yeah.
I feel bored.
That guy is a bit hilarious.
Yeah,
he's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
But now he's not singing, he's doing that stuff. But he's one of those guys.
Oh, he was
TPF.
on TPF.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy can sing. I used to go to some church where he used to lead praise and worship.
Him?
Yeah.
And now he's doing comedy.
He used to sing nice.
Have you thought of doing comedy in church by there?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if... I think I have some material which can work in church.
Me too.
Because I'm a church guy. I've grown up in church.
Yeah, even me.
Well,
up until high school.
Yeah. Maybe I can use that to write clean material, you guys.
Maybe.
Some good John the Baptist jokes, you guys. So saying, these competitions, I think they're a double-edged sword, you guys. Yeah. But Nani is really good and he was on TPF. This guy who does... You remember this guy used to sing at the Blues every Friday? What's that guy's name?
Jazz music.
No, he used to sing rock. This guy from Rwanda.
David K. Shout out David Kamanzi.
Maybe David K has unleashed an album.
Yeah. Check out his album, Man of Substance. Are you?
Yeah.
Well, for some of the intros, I think I heard that. Yeah.
This guy.
Did he pay you?
Yeah, he paid me.
Nice. Thank you, David K, supporting your fellow
sent me some transport all the way from Kite. You
guys. Nice. Put me on your next album, bro. What are you doing here?
I think he paid me with gaming, not comedy. Man.
He's also a gamer. Yeah. Earns money from gaming too.
I'm trying to remember that guy's name, you guys. Was it Mr. Man?
Short guy?
Yeah. Nowadays he sings at 2 Grips.
No, I don't know. I don't know about him.
So
but what was the point?
That guy was at Tusker Project Fame, but now he's had to, hustle his way back up through other things and not those compares.
Yeah, I mean the journey of an artist is
it's unpredictable, man.
Very.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I think we've done an hour and a half almost. I think we've done 25 minutes.
Audio.
You guys, but all there's anyone listening now, those are true fans.
We love you guys. Yeah.
So this year, what are you planning, you guys? Any? Do you have any special thing that you're planning to do? More movies, maybe?
Yeah, definitely try more writing for TV, writing and acting for TV. I also want to do, obviously, stand-up is my first love. I don't want to ever stop doing stand-up at any time. The whole thing about thinking outside the box and maybe corporate gigs.
MCing.
Well.
I feel like in Aufoneke waliaribu market ya weddings, you guys.
You have to dance at weddings. That's the only thing, yeah. Bruh.
Who said if you're a
comedian, can him dance?
Where can they hire a dancer?
A choreographer or whatever. A hype man.
Shout out to So they hire that guy and now the other guy will just run. Because the other part is very easy. Of course, you just react. That's what I did at my last video. I just reacted to the speeches. You chop funny comments up on belly. But dancing,
But you had a good, what did you say? Like, if you, cut your paycheck and give some of that to the hype man. Yes. I mean, bring your own hype man.
Yes.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, you bring a hype man, he does all the hype, the dancing. Twende, teremka.
Chini kwa chini.
Wamama.
Wazee tusiachwe nyuma. Yeah.
Wapi mashosho? Hamo is really good at
Hamo.
At Wedo's. Him is a singer. So he used to work in a band. So he's really good at singing and comedy.
Did he audition for TPF? No. He auditioned for Churchill.
At the audition. Full lunge.
He's coming out.
He auditioned in Nax.
For Churchill show?
No, for TPF.
Yeah. I thought I had something of the sort.
I think Ali Penya, but he didn't go back. You guys, that guy.
Damn. Every comedian has like just a weird random story.
He didn't have transport, so he didn't go back, you guys. But that guy is the one guy who I think, apart from Kibunja, he's good at weddings.
Yeah.
But if you're a comedian and you want to do weddings, think of hiring a hype man to go with.
Yeah.
The nice corporate gigs are those ones like Google. You know the ones George Waweru does.
Hey, George Waweru, bruh, that guy. If there's someone I'm envious of, how do you share the same name and we're so far apart? We went to almost like rival high schools.
Where did he go?
I went to Nyeri High. He went to Kagumo High School.
All right.
Yeah. And then we met at like comedy. And then everything I see on his IG, I'm like, bruh, if I could be half of what this guy is. Shout out George Waweru.
Yeah, he's doing really well. That guy does some top tier gigs.
Hey, that guy he's like rubbed shoulders with presidents.
Yeah. How do you get those?
How do you go there, bro? Who do I have to suck off to get some of these gigs?
You can do it, eh?
Hey, bro, I see. Even like, I love his sense of fashion, and you see what I'm wearing? It's just a t-shirt.
It's also hard work that like maintaining that. If at all it didn't come to you naturally, I think it's hard work. Even the quality of the videos that
you're like, bruh, how do you have everything down to
curated? You guys.
Everything.
But if you can get those, you guys, you're gonna.
I think I should talk to him more.
Maybe ask him if you can go as a tag along.
As a hype man. He's hype man for making haya presidents East Africa tuamke.
Cheki wa mama, haya maraisi wa mama, haya Samia Suluhu.
Sugua. Twende chini kwa chini, right? Yeah.
But have you ever asked a comic to tag along and they refused?
Like to open for me or something?
No, to open. Me, I used to do that. I used to call comics. And that's why I like Hamo. Hamo is one of my best comic buddies. Because he's the only one who let me in. You know the way if you're a comedian doing well, so you have networks, gigs, nini. So I just tell you, hey, George, man, I'd like to just come with you for gigs, and then I'll just
watch, and they refuse.
Watch, me, I just wanted to watch, maybe perform if I But my main aim was to come. If you need your mic, just to be your you.
Yes, your shadow.
He's only shadow. So he's the only guy who kubalid. So we used to go with him. Actually, most of the things I learned about comedy, I learned from that guy because he's really good at performing. But before now I got to him, most guys would refuse, man.
Why even? It's just gatekeeping you.
Tick you guy.
How do you blue tick your peer? You're still getting the same jobs. He'll help you someplace else.
So you guys should holler.
Yeah, I should. Jojo,
we are hollering now.
I'm calling you right now. Now. Yeah.
Check it. Niite tu ya Rwanda. Kwanza is out of the country.
He's attending like basketball games in Rwanda and.
But I also
all
think,
the best for you, Georgie.
I also think if I call you, there's a way you also should carry yourself.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Like you can now start floricking. Okay, why did I choose to use that?
To an L and an R. I wouldn't even attempt that.
Like you can't. Floricking. If I bring you into my circle, behave
accordingly. You're representing. You're
with me. So you start taking the numbers of the clients. Chatting. These guys who start talking to you for long. So if you have that discipline, unaweza kaa kando unyamaze. You talk when you've been talked to. If not, you just keep quiet. Even when you're going for emceeing, that being on the line to eat with the rest of the guys, I think that's off.
You shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah,
you just stay
away from line. Can you imagine? With
there's a corporate gig we did. We bombed so hard in front of 2,000 people, and after that, so they were like the alcohol is starting. We're starting to drink alcohol at 8ish EV. So we performed before at 7:40, and then we went there to the alcohol stand. We're like, bro, as we are comedians. Imagine they refused.
They refused.
Can you imagine walking away to your seat after you've just bombed in the midst of?
But why did they refuse? Oh, it was 7:40.
It was the cutoff time wasn't there, but we are, bro. You but just watch us, bomb up the top, and you can't even give me some konyagi over here.
So me, I think many guys' problem is that discipline. Even in open mics, I feel like if you're a new comic, don't start also contributing jokes.
Yeah.
Let's just keep quiet. Kiasi.
Just learn. Yeah. Absorb.
Yeah.
Right.
Find a guy also contributing to it. Like they find me and you maybe discussing a bit. I'll also what you would have done.
Bruh, like you should stick to your lane, and we did that too.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Me, when I was hanging around established comedians, I didn't want even them to know who I am. I'm just this guy is doing this with this. Even to ask for advice was tough for me because whatever I learned from just watching, that's enough.
Because when you kill it on stage,
they'll know you. Yeah, that's all you need.
I went to a SAU guy, although I'd done comedy for a while, so I met those established comics there. They're really lenga. But I could understand.
You understand that, yeah.
It was like I've gone Maxton and why. Yeah.
And it helped you, right?
Okay, I didn't bother also trying to make friends. I met M4 Pops. You know M4 Pops?
Yeah.
That guy is a killer, you guy. I met another guy called Robbie Collins, but I went in Tanzania.
Robbie Collins, yeah. I mean, saying hi is not bad.
I feel like Steve Charlo, you guys. Hi, Robbie Collins. I normally watch you. I'm from Kenya.
So, sure.
I met another guy. It's called Goliath. But once you kill it on stage, they'll
know you. Speaking of Steve Charlo, maybe you should get him as a producer. That guy is so good in.
Steve Charlo, Maze, I need you here.
Yeah, organizing things. Well, and also a good comedian.
Yeah, he's hardworking, that guy.
Very, very.
He's
everywhere.
I
think so too.
New comic right now.
You went to Mombasa, we find him there. Bro, how did you come?
And then when we came back, found him again in Nanyuki.
Yeah, he's still in Nanyuki.
Yeah. Steve Charlo, what are you doing everywhere? Yeah. All right, George, let me let you go, man. I've kept you here longer than... you've been here since we're looking for the SD card.
Yeah.
I say we didn't have an SD.
No, I really had a fun time. I even forgot we lost most of the footage.
Yeah. I hope the other footage is worth watching. But shout out to you guys. I'll have more guests. Thanks for coming through.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah, but I'll make sure I'll post this thing.
Please. When can I expect it? Today is... Anyway, I'll be on the lookout.
All right, cheers. All right, see you guys. Bye.
See you, man.